Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Biggs, CEO of My Best Everyday Coaching and Consulting, and the host of Real Conversations with Michelle. I have with you a great conversation about the power of friendships, and I have joining me the people who are on my speed dial, those who I know I talk to at least once a week, or we communicate with each other at least once a week. We're going to be talking about our relationship. We'll be talking about truly what the power of friendships means to us, as well as what can derail a relationship and how to manage conflict. And we'll have a couple of laughs. We'll be talking about some of our best memories with each other as well. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the panel based on the number of years that I've known people. So first to join me is Miss Vanessa Bennett. Hey, Vanessa.
Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Hey. So we've known each other 13 years. I think we met each other in 2009. So, Vanessa, thank you for joining the panel. Next, I have up Miss Rochelle Reagan. Hey, Rochelle. Come off the mute, Michelle.
Hey, boo. How you
girl.
doing?
Girl, you starting already. Hey, boo.
I know.
Hey, boo.
Didn't mean to do that. I'm good.
I'm fine, boo. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Next, I have up Miss Angela Morrow. Hey, Angela.
Hey, Michelle. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
Hey.
Got you some Z's, Angela?
No, I did not.
Okay. I know we'll try not to keep you up too late. Okay. Hey, girl. Next up, Miss Mindy. Hold on. Oh, Lord. See, I'm starting already. Took Rochelle off. Mindy Lou.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Mindy.
And Mindy and we'll talk about how we met too. Mindy and I have known each other, Mindy, since 2001, 2002, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. So right after I came to North Carolina. And then I have my bestie going on almost 40 years of friendship.
Michelle, my bell.
Oh, God.
Hi, ladies.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Crystal Kinetics. Ebony and Ivory, y'all. That's
right.
Crystal. All right.
Right.
And then my bestie, y'all, my blood sister. Whew. Okay. Elaine Christie.
Hey, ladies. Hey, sis.
How y'all doing?
How
Y'all
you
doing
doing?
okay?
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Everybody, I see all y'all got a little dressed up. Everybody put on did a little something for this episode.
Sure did.
Just a little
Only
something.
for
Yes.
you.
Right.
Only for me. Yeah, you didn't wear your do-rag today. Okay. So, put some makeup on. All right, y'all. So let's talk about these names. Because as I thought about this episode, I was reminiscing on why you guys are so special for me. And then I don't know who responded first, if it was Vanessa or someone else. It's like, you were right on point.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about these names. We'll go last with someone who we had to do an intervention with. we won't say
Who was that?
we won't say, y'all, she didn't like her name. That's all I'm saying. Who wants to go first with your name? How about Crystal? Miss
Sure,
Positivity.
my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Positivity, you were spot on. You did not include my extra loud hyena laugh, so I appreciate that. That can be heard from miles around.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've always been a positive person. I hope that's infectious. It's just always been me. They always say that you have the same energy, whether it's negative or positive. It gives off the same kind of energy. So I just choose to be a positive person. I just hope that's always affected people in a positive way. I know life is not always easy peasy. We go through a lot of challenges, but it's still what you choose to be. And I just choose to be positive for myself, for my health, for my family, for my friends, and it's just me. So yes, you did good with my name, dear.
Okay. It was positivity. And what was the other one?
We
had
said
two.
positive. Oh my goodness, you said positivity.
I may have to
and
bring up the other one. This is
Shoot.
positivity and something else.
Oh,
Okay. well,
cheerleader. You said cheerleader.
Yeah, because you also, I mean, you have been one of my great, all of y'all have been one of my great, y'all have been great supporters of me. But Crystal, I know when she calls me Michaela, I'm like, okay, I'm not being very positive. When she throws that in, I'm like, oh Lord, what now? What now? What did I do? All right.
I know, but my dad calls you Michaela, but just to always ask about you. But yeah, mine is a
Yes.
little different, but dad calls you Michaela too.
Yes. All right, Miss Rochelle,
Yes.
let's talk about your name.
Oh my God, Michelle, you had me crying, but sanity checker and no foolishness. Now, the second one I can get with very well.
Mm-hmm.
And sanity checker, I was really surprised, but I took great honor in that.
Yeah. You're the person I go to whenever, and you and I being entrepreneurs, business people. I think all of us most of us are not from North Carolina. Well, North, except for Angela, right? But all of y'all are just so for real. But Rochelle is one when I need that sanity check for myself, especially when I'm about to go off. I call Rochelle because she and I typically are thinking similarly sometimes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's when we do think similarly, that's when I have to go to somebody else because I'm like, okay, she ain't. Yeah, I have to go to somebody else. So Rochelle is not helping me right now. She thinking like I'm thinking, so I'm going to have to move on to somebody else. So I'm like, we're very similar in a lot of things. I'm like, I may need to call Crystal.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Vanessa, now, ooh.
Yes, ma'am. Don't get me started.
my for real sister. And I know we got a story with your name. Go ahead.
Yes, Michelle, when I saw the nickname you gave me, I was like, does she know me or what? I mean, I'm just that type of person. I've always been. And the older I got, the less BS I'm really wanting to tolerate. And I think for me, if I just give it straight, I don't have to answer no questions later. Like there's nothing to explain. It is what it is.
Amen.
So it just cuts out all that, that BS. So
straight,
yeah.
straight, no chaser.
Yes,
as I said it, for real. And it was funny because when we met, Mindy, you want to tell that story when we all met, Miss Vanessa?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny.
So let me tell y'all. So
I was telling that story today to my cousin. Go ahead.
So we had a small group we met for church.
Listen to this, Elaine.
We invited Vanessa to our small group. So, we had our small group and everything. So the next day we go to church, Vanessa pulls me to the side and she's like, Mindy, we enjoyed myself at the small group, but I just have to say, in my walk with Christ, you all are so much further along than me. And
look, and we were all like,
which I busted out laughing, right? So I'm like, I said, Michelle, come here and listen to this. So Michelle came over and we were like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you saying.
No. Because we all, Mindy and I, Mindy, you could tell your story. Because we came in around the same time. I know I had just gotten saved about 2 years before I moved to North Carolina. And Mindy and I were in this small group together. I don't know how they chose us all, other than we were new babes in Christ.
We were new. We were new.
And they put us together with this male. And all I can say is we gave him a run for the money. And after that, I remember Melvina was like, so can we go to the club? We were getting trouble for like going to the club. When I think about it, Mindy, we were in our 30s when we all met. I know when I moved, I was in my early mid 30s. but we gave Brother Mike, I don't know how he made it, seriously. and then he helped tone us down by doing the Facing Forever episode, which is about death. And we all looked at each other like, seriously, is this what we're starting with? we starting this Bible study with a death conversation? Is that what we doing right now?
But you know what? Those were like we had so much fun. That was the funnest. I mean, we just had a great time. For us to be new beginners and for that to be our first small group, we had a ball.
We did. And Vanessa, that's why we could laugh at you when you came in, because it's like, you don't know who you just joined. Like any minute, we could have all just slipped right on back to the people who were before we, I'm just saying. I'm
just grateful because if I had never walked into that dream center that day, I wouldn't have met you all.
Yeah.
So that was fate. And I'm just like,
yes.
That.
Yeah. It was a good one. It was a good one. Rochelle.
What?
We already talked about your name, right?
We already talked about my name. I'm good.
I'm doing Angela last. Mindy Lou.
Yeah.
I don't know how me and Crystal started calling you Mindy Lou, because Lou is not your middle.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know what happens, but everybody ends up calling me that. I don't know how that happens. It's a mystery. But,
it just goes together.
It
does. You don't say one without the other.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mindy Lou.
So you called me prayer warrior and fun activator.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny because no one would think those two things go together.
No, they don't.
But they do with me.
Yes, they do.
They do.
They do. Because we get together, Mindy's like, what are we doing? Like what are we doing? I was like, get something. Like we need to do something. What are we doing? What are we doing? And you are the person I call. I mean, when I need someone to pray for me, you are one of the first people I call.
Oh,
I
would have never named myself that. I would have, that's why I said when you named us to the person who didn't like their name. I said, when you named us, this is about what you guys think of me. So I'm just going to let that go.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate that, Mindy Lou. Miss Angela, that black bean brownie pudding.
Oh Lord.
And I'm not feeling that. Look, I added advocate just to be nice because me, Crystal, and Mindy had to do an intervention before I did the flyer.
Yes.
Go ahead, Angela. David tomorrow.
Let's start with Let's start with Taskmaster.
Which was gonna be the original name. And why, Angela? Well, we're gonna call you Taskmaster. Why does that name fit you?
Because during Judah Tribe, we were serving food, and I was making sure there was enough for everybody.
Well, that's how it started.
So they got one piece of chicken each.
One piece of chicken and one meatball, y'all.
That's right.
And don't you try to pick the piece of chicken.
Yeah. One piece of chicken and a meatball. Yeah. But Angela is the one who keeps us. She keeps us on task. She is a no nonsense kind of person. Angela, you are.
I just like to get it done. Ask Mindy. I like to get it done. That's all.
Yeah, we know.
She gets it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are. You are the person. You want something.
She handles business.
She does.
Angela,
right.
Angela,
Yes, ma'am.
you know I love you, but you are a taskmaster.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Vanessa.
When I
mean that in love.
Go ahead, Rochelle.
She was the usher, and she wasn't playing about.
Oh my God.
Okay. She was worse than someone else we know, and she ushered me in, and she was like, don't go to the front. You need to go where I sat you.
Michelle, because I was new. I had just gotten saved. I was doing usher. I was doing Judah Tribe. I was doing Awana. I was so new. I was doing everything in the church.
Look,
I was serious about my faith. I was like,
Look, Taskmaster.
Here goes
That's all I'm saying.
You better
And
sit where
Black
she
Bean
sat you.
Pusher.
Word.
Let's bring the
Okay,
Black
let's talk
Bean
about the
Pusher.
Black
Please.
Bean Pusher just for a second. So Angela, you know, whenever we had our small groups, we always would bring food, and Angela was the healthiest person out of all of us,
Yes.
right?
Still.
So
Yeah.
yeah, she still is. And Angela, I want you to know I had a veggie burger today. In honor of you today. I did. In honor of this, I had a veggie burger. But y'all, I am a chocolate connoisseur. And this woman decided to bring some brownies to a small group meeting. Mindy, tell the rest of the story, please.
So the brownies were made with black beans.
And she thought,
They were
I wouldn't see
delicious.
it.
And they were
She
delicious.
thought I wouldn't see it.
So we were kind of scared to eat them. And Michelle could swear she saw a black bean in them.
No, she couldn't.
Yes, I could.
I was trying to keep y'all healthy. That's all.
And she kept saying, "Can you see the beans?" I'm like, yeah, I can see them. It's very big. Messing up my brownie. That's okay. And
They
now
were good though, Angela. They were good.
very good.
They were good.
They were.
You're too funny.
Okay.
Too
And now,
funny.
last but not least, my you know what, y'all? I didn't realize when I did the post about my sister, I had gotten some messages about how special people thought our relationship was. And, you know, I actually had somebody who said they're not close with their sister. And to me, I guess I never really thought about that because, and I think, Elaine, you could speak for yourself. So we're 2 years apart. My mom actually dressed us up like we were twins. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but she did. Maybe that's what all mothers do. They wanted twin girls, but
They
two
do.
ponytails. We checkered pants.
My mother did the same.
Yeah, we always did. But she and I just have a special relationship. And I think as I've gotten older, I really have grown to cherish our relationship. Right?
Aww.
So, sis, how are you? And she's funny as heck, y'all. Oh my God.
Yes.
Let me tell
she
you
is.
something.
Yes.
Whenever I'm down and I need I don't even need to be down. I will call her about something and she just starts. And I'm like, you know what? I forgot what I called you about because I really just forgot what I called you about. I have to call you back because I just forgot. But the funniest stuff is, we're dealing with my mom. My parents are older now and she's there with them and I'm here. So the funniest conversations have been when she goes to visit my parents. Lord Jesus. That's all I can say. But Lainey, what did you think of your name?
I honestly forgot. With the exception of comedian, I think. What was my name? I can't remember.
I think
Lord.
comic
sorry.
reliever, something like that.
It was comic reliever and something else. Y'all gonna make me pull up the doggone flyer. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
What did you think of your name?
I guess I could be, a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
My husband
best friend.
Is
I just said
definitely one.
best friend,
Comedian,
comic reliever. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I could use some other words, but we don't have them.
Elaine has a plethora of words.
Yes. Yeah, we'll keep those words. I might get shut down. Yeah, I might get shut down. Some of the words
I'll just keep it simple.
Yes.
But my sister means the world to me, and we are completely opposite. And I think that's what makes it so special. And I think initially, after she got over being embarrassed, no, I'm only kidding. Because she would give me that look like, Lord, this child acting.
Yo, we went to the same high school.
This is my sister. She'd say, it's like as if to say, excuse her, please.
Did we go? We went to the same high school for a minute, didn't we?
For a minute, yeah.
Yeah.
You graduated before me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew, but those were some times, y'all. If y'all only
But,
knew this sister here.
Yeah, you know. I try to keep life simple and funny. And it's oftentimes I'm a very serious person, you know, but I am.
Crystal laugh. Crystal is known Lane. Crystal, what have you known Lane to be serious?
No,
like,
listen.
seriously.
I told Michelle when she was coming up with your name, I was like, please put like comedian extraordinaire Lane. You know, you have made me pee my pants so many times.
Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even want to know the conversations we had before we just got on just now. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. So you know what? It's time to bring it. Let's go ahead. So I have some questions I'm going to ask you guys because this is about the power of friendships. And I truly believe your friends can either make you or break you. And sometimes, you know, who we keep in our company, you know, we got to be careful, right? And I truly believe there's some friends that are for a season and there's some for a lifetime, right? And sometimes it's hard to kind of break away from some of those. But sometimes it's, you know, for us to be healthy, we need to do that. But so my first question. So when you think about the power of friendships, what comes to mind?
Connections.
Go ahead, Vanessa. Connections. Connections, loyalty.
Being authentic.
Definitely.
Support, being authentic. I heard that.
Definitely a commitment. I mean, definitely a commitment because it's almost like a marriage, a friendship, because you're committed to this person. And, you know, with us, I think there's also a really deep, spiritual, prayerful connection that's faith-based. So that also helps to keep us, you know, at the level that we are in our friendships.
Yeah. And if I think I chose you guys because seriously, and you guys know I have a lot. I didn't even ask you guys what I thought about my name, which Crystal actually gave me my name because I was trying to think about different things. And when I thought about it, you know, advisor, a lot of people come to me for different things, want my opinion about stuff. And then that connector, I'm always connected. If I think about all the different circles I'm in, I am always that person who's connecting people. So I embraced it.
You are
my line sister. I embrace it.
Yeah, but that is who you are, and I know we've got a lot of sorors on this you know, channel will say the same thing. You are the person who, whatever group it is, you do bring people together and connect them. So that was appropriate.
Yeah, but when I thought about this particular episode, I thought about who I talk to the most. And I include text, but we also, I know me, Crystal, Mindy, Angela, Vanessa, we're on a text string. And we literally, we connect once a week at minimum. We're connecting about something, right? So that is our check-in. My sister, I talk to almost every other day. Rochelle, we talk at least twice a week. We talk.
We do.
And when the pre-COVID, we would connect and meet each other almost maybe once a week, once every other week. And Vanessa and I would say Vanessa and I probably meet the most pre-COVID because we go to the same church now, right? But when I thought about, you know, who are the people, when I think about the power of friendships and who really is keeping me humble, my greatest supporters. And again, it doesn't mean other people are not there for me, but you guys are it. When I think about anything that happens, good or bad, y'all are getting attacks. Y'all are like the first people who are getting attacks for me, right? Yeah. So when I think about the power of friendship, for me, it is about going to those people who are really your strength. You know you're going to be real. And that's what I love about all of y'all. Y'all are very real. You know, Mindy and I were laughing because even when I'm putting the questions together, she's like, girl, you too soft. What the hell? You know, and I'm like, we say that to each other, right? And nobody gets hurt. Yeah, fluffy questions. I'm like, okay. Good. But and y'all, everybody up here is on my advisory team for My Best Every Day because that's how much I trust them. I know they're only going to give me great advice. Because we want to see each other succeed. I think that's the other thing. All of us right? And we want to see each other succeed, right? So I love y'all. I love you.
Same here.
Anything else come to mind? Oh, look at Mindy, the heart.
You know what?
Trust and boundaries for me, Michelle. Boundaries are important, and trust.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
being able to share my story, whatever that story is, whatever's happening at the time of my life, and confiding in you and trusting that it will not go beyond the conversation that we've had.
Yeah.
I trust that I know that when I share something with you all, that it's going to stay within this group.
Yeah.
And that has been a fact, in our journey.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that very much.
Right.
All of us, because we have been through some stuff.
Yes, we have.
But I would say acceptance, because for me, all of you guys I met through Michelle, but just the fact that you guys let me be myself, that is so very important, and it's safe. You can't have a friendship without feeling like you can be safe and vulnerable and no judgment. So that's how I feel when I think about friendships and the power of friendship.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Can I just say something real quick, since
Yes,
we're talking
ma'am.
about the names and stuff? When I thought about the nickname for you, it was Miss Generosity.
Yes.
Because you are generous, like you're the most generous person I know. And I mean, with your time, with your resources, with your friendship, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought about. I thought you should have gave Michelle Miss Comic Relief, right?
Oh, Michelle, who named Miss Comic Relief?
I think you should have gave Michelle Miss Comic Relief. I think Mindy should have been Miss Levelhead, because Mindy is the person that'll stop you from going to jail for blowing somebody's tires out. She'll say, "Come on now, Vanessa." She'll say, "Come on now, Vanessa. You don't want to blow them tires out, because you may have to go to jail, and I'll come and get you. But I'm just saying, like, do you really want to do that, Vanessa?"
She is. Well, that's why I call her for prayer. That's why I call her for prayer. Vanessa, I need prayer
How many
before
times she kept me out of jail, and
That's
Michelle
what I'm saying.
kept me out of jail.
Yes.
And that's how many times I probably should have went.
That's what I'm saying. She will talk you out of going to jail.
Mindy, that's what happened. And throw your ass down.
She will, yes.
No. When I was in those Raleigh streets, it's funny when you said generosity, because I know somebody who probably wouldn't think that way. But that's a topic for my next episode. This is laughing.
And I think you should have gave Crystal Miss Chuckles.
Yeah, because she starts laughing. You cannot.
Smile to your face every time.
Look, my mother is like, "Is Crystal on the call?" I'm like,
That's my mama.
She's on.
That's right.
Is she gonna be on the call? Yes,
That's
right. We can laugh.
That's right.
Okay. So we talked about the power of friendships. What will derail a friendship for you?
Please let somebody else go first. Please.
A damn liar. Somebody that just lies unnecessarily.
Yes. Wait, you said my sister said it real loud. Go ahead, Lane. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Liar, Lane.
Liar.
I said that's what I said.
Lord, she had a D. She had a D in there.
Damn liar. That's right.
And let the church say amen.
Amen. Vocabulary.
Because there's nothing worse than someone who cannot tell the truth.
Yeah,
and they start to believe their lies.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Right. That is
and
true.
You see, I have the ability to see through people. So I'm a very good judge of character. Mm-hmm. So I'm quiet and intuitive, and I'm listening, and all the while you've repeated what story you thought was the same. But now it's got a new twist to it because you're a damn liar. And there's no reason for it. And I've tried to understand the reason why one would need to lie.
Yeah.
If we're trying to build a friendship. So, it's not a friendship you're looking for, because in friendship, there's honesty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can be yourself. And like Angela said, vulnerability, it's all of that.
Yeah.
So I just need, friendships are based on being real with me. You got to keep it real,
Right.
or you can keep it stepping. You can keep it moving.
That's
But
right.
Your friendship,
Right.
Your friendship is not important to me other than on any other basis.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Amen,
Yes.
sister. That's my look, that's my sister, y'all.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Who else? What will derail a relationship for you?
Sharing
For me,
my
I
story
think-
that I've
oh,
shared with
Angela,
you.
good.
Go ahead, Ann.
Mm.
Sharing the story that I've
Okay.
shared with you, and it comes back to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That will derail
Gotcha.
everything that we've built.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's a good one. That's a good
Trust.
It is.
one. Yeah.
And
Well,
I
one
know
of
what-
my,
Go ahead. Who's gonna talk?
I was going to say one of my favorite sayings is to my friends. Y'all heard me say this before, and I'll say, y'all can talk about me, but you better not let nobody else talk about me.
I know that's right.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all all can talk about me, but if somebody else coming up here saying something, you better
That's
say
true.
something to me.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
That's
right.
right, Mindy.
Well, and I
That's
think the
right.
other thing is, because we are so close, I'm not going to say something to somebody else that I'm not going to say to you. Right.
Right.
I may need to figure out how I'm going to say it to you, and I might have
Right.
to test some stuff with some people.
Right.
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 But
Since
we-
you about to
but-
test some
I
stuff.
might have to test some stuff because sometimes I know I can come across kind of rough sometimes, right? So, but I think we all can talk to each other. We all have the ability to talk, and I think again, because it's built on friendship in general, love for each other. But what has derailed the relationship for you? Anybody else?
But I think also, well, probably more of a betrayal of trust, but my intimate and close friends, like you guys are like tried and true. So it would really have to take, like you would have to sleep with my husband or one of my kids for me to want to cut you. Because
Dad, y'all.
Look, I'm gonna take a ride, Crystal. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Taking a ride.
Crystal, I love you.
Say
I
something.
love you, Crystal. But before you get to that point, you out. I'm sorry. I'm not waiting for that.
See, that's why we call her Miss Positivity, because she's Miss Positive. Like, you know what? It ain't even gonna get to that point.
no,
Right?
it would just have to take a lot. We're kind of, we've been through enough together that I just think, especially with this crazy year that has happened where we have not been able to physically see each other because, we always, and I live in Maryland, so I'm the one that's in a different state, but I travel there if I have to. Lane is in New York, but we get together a lot. So not being able to see you guys, and then just all the craziness with the pandemic, with all these senseless killings. There's been so much going on in this world that is so painful and hurtful. I would not give up any one of you over something that is so trivial. So what happens? There's no way.
Love you, Crystal.
There's
Okay,
no
but
way.
I asked you a question, Crystal. Have you had a friendship that just went south?
So I did, and it was a male friend of mine, and it was only because, well, actually, he
I
said
remember him.
something.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah, he needed to be.
very,
He needed
very,
to go.
very close friend of mine, but it was something that involved politics, and it was something he posted on my husband's Facebook page, which got to me because you're my friend, you're acquaintances with my husband, but you're my friend, and it was something that insulted my husband, and I had to cut him off. And we went back and forth with it, and he was apologetic, but I was done. So, you can't come for my people.
Right.
Nah, that's for sure.
And Michelle, we're women, so I come across a lot of women who don't have women friends.
That's the truth.
And I think a lot of times for women it's jealousy. We're all go-getters, and we're all trying to reach goals still in our life. And when you come across those people who either question your character or are jealous of you, like You know, I just don't have time for that at all.
Mhm.
So, I mean, those people will get dropped like a hot potato real
Yeah.
quick.
And I know, I mean, for me, the questioning character is big for me, right? Because to me, I feel like if you know my heart, then you should know me, right? And you should know my positive intent. Yeah, can I say some crazy things sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. As Crystal Michaela would say. Yeah, we'll say, right? But if you know my heart, my true friends, if you know my heart, you know that I don't mean it, and let's have a conversation about it, right? And I find, and it's funny you said the competition thing, because I only know 2 people where that has, and it was younger in my life. But I'm like, if I have to compete with you as my friend, then why are we friends? I mean, I'm like, friends shouldn't have to compete with each other. I don't understand that. We should be supporting each other. But I only felt that way once in my life. And it wasn't that I was competing, because to me, I want to support my friends, right? But I just felt like every minute it was like this push and pull. And I'm like, seriously? So when that person kind of fell off, I mean, I wasn't trying to connect with them anymore. I just let it go, because I'm like, it was too much energy, too much time and too much energy. And I can't, as you mentioned, as we get older in life, I know one thing, as I have gotten older, I just don't I never took mess anyway, but I definitely, as I've gotten older, I'm like, I just don't have the patience for it all the time. Right. I just don't. So, anyone else in terms of derailers for you?
Manipulators.
Ooh.
Manipulators. I've run across a number of women that I saw that you only wanted to befriend me if it was something I can do for you, somebody I can connect you to.
Yeah.
It was something in it for you other than you just wanting to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? And once I realized that, which don't take me long, I might act slow, but nothing slow about me. Once I catch on to that, I will ghost you so quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you don't even know I ghost you, because I'll do it very nicely, but I just become unreachable. Like, I don't have time. You know what I mean? I got, you know what, girl, I got so much to do. Let me get back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Vanessa, and then you never reach back out to them.
And I never reach back out. You see what I'm saying?
Lord. Yeah.
So that's my way, because like you said, we're women of a certain age, and I'm not going to get into no catty back and forth with you, because you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're doing. So I'm going to be the bigger woman about it, and I'm going to just start backtracking. You know what I mean? And you just won't be able to catch up with me, and I can be sitting right in my house.
Right. Oh Lord. Yeah. It happens. It happens. What are y'all? Everybody had a chance to talk, or anybody had to add anything to that? What do y'all feel about friendships at work?
I don't have friendships. When I was working, I didn't have friendships at work.
Really?
Because my work life, I feel like I'm not there to make friends, and so I never. Well, actually, I had one friend there. You guys know Tanya Faison. Yeah, I know Tanya Faison. Yeah, so, but I just go to work, and I think the people that really care about me are outside of my job. And so I never, I've never, and all the years that I was working in corporate America, and now I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't really have to deal with that, as much, but I never went to work thinking I was going to make friends or looking to build a friendship but that's my personality, because I'm not a real social person. You guys only know me through how we met in church, because I met every one of you in church. I met Elaine through your sister, but I met all of you in church. I'm not a social person. So at work, I was never very social either.
Yeah.
And so I would go to work and leave, and that's it. And that's how I always was.
Yeah. Anybody else in terms of your friendships at work?
Now, I'm totally different from Angela, and I have a team. So since I have a team, I guess, they call me Mama Bear. So I'm very, I make sure they get what they need, but then in turn, they're very supportive of me. I mean, we get things done. They know I'm there for them, care for them personally, we know each other, personal business, children, birthdays, all that kind of stuff. And my team is relatively younger than me, but I've gone out dancing with them. We meet out for dinner. Like I said, they call me Mama Bear, so they'll say, "Hey, Mama, you're going to come out with us?" So I do go, but I do have a really close relationship with them. Like my little family. But it does make me enjoy going to work. Like I enjoy, and Angela knows because I talk about this. Like I love going to work.
Yeah.
I love going in. I love seeing them. I love, my relationship with them. Then on the other hand, I have, someone manages in my same position as me. And, we're pretty good friends. We go out, we meet, we go out, to eat. So I think it does help with support at work when you have someone that you need to talk to about things. And so for me, it works.
Yeah. I'm the same way, Crystal. I don't have a lot of friends, right? At work, but there are, for me, and and maybe because I work in human resources, I need that sanity because there's a lot of different stuff that we deal with, especially as a senior HR partner. But so for me, yeah, I have a good working relationship with my colleagues, so we keep each other sane. And I have employees who report into me, and I would say, there's that balance for me. And maybe it's a corporate America thing where you got to kind of keep that balance in terms of people who report into you. But I'm very, I like to think, they think of me as their mentor. So from that standpoint, I probably, like you, Crystal, probably work with them more as a mentor. But my friendships at work, I've always had those people who I'm close to at work, who I can talk about work stuff and even talk about some of the personal stuff. We're friends now. Some of them have left, but we remain friends even now. But any other thoughts? Anybody else thinks like Angela in terms of that separation?
I think more like Angela, meaning like anyone that I've dealt with at work, I've always kept them like on that outer circle because I have an inner and outer circle of people I deal with, and they're in my orbit, and I'll laugh it up with you at work. I may even go to lunch with you at work, but after I leave work, that's where it ends.
Yeah,
I don't want you
separated.
I really yeah.
Yeah, I know some people even with Facebook, and Facebook has changed so much. I would say prior to me starting my business, I was very you can be my friend if we work together, because I felt like that was my personal family friendship space. Now that it seems like it has morphed into something totally different, I will allow people who I don't know, as long as I know someone that I know, and you know more than one person, then I'll connect with you, right? Because I feel like we probably have a lot more in common than I think. But anyone else from that standpoint?
I just think for me, I don't differentiate between the two. Like I have a friend that I met at work and we've been friends for 30 years. So for me, when it comes to friendships, I'm not going to say it's a hard time. I just am very selective, because one of the things my mother taught me a long time ago was you pick your friends, you don't let your friends pick you. So whether it's work or outside of work, that's just the way it's been. So I have two friends that I actually met when I first started working, and we're still friends today. So, and I'm blessed because of it. I've just not been able to separate. But if it's something that I see in them or we see in each other, I just don't separate between work and outside of work.
Yeah. I'm going to pull up some comments. I see. Oh, hey, Nika. Okay, let's see. We'll have Black Bean Brownies. Elaine is hilarious. Yes, that person gets me together. Okay, and then I'm going to my personal page. A lot of people up there. So Deneen, let's see. I made some of my best friendships at work because we were in the grind, hustling together. Yeah. Denise, I've had some good experience with work friends. However, they rarely cross over into my friendship outside. Okay, and Roz, I work with a lot of men, so I try not to develop personal friendships with a lot of them. Yeah, girl, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with that. And y'all, thank you for joining, my friends. Thank you for joining. Anyone else about friendships at work?
Michelle, I have developed some long-lasting friendships at work. I call my work, the people I work with now, I call them my work family.
Yeah.
And we unfortunately, this year we experienced 2 deaths in my office, and we have become even more close because of that. But I mean, very supportive. Making sure we're okay, and just maintaining the friendships outside of work. Most of the friendships at work stay at work, but I do have some that go beyond work, and they are just, valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a balance between most of us in terms of that work and family. And I too, I mean, that's an extension. I mean, we spend a lot of time at work.
Right.
I'm like, if I can't trust some people, for me, if I can't trust you
Right.
and be someone I can unwind and talk about work stuff too. Because sometimes your family don't understand the work stuff that you go through.
Right.
They're just not in the same space. So that's how I've kind of been able to separate the two. Okay, so now I'm going to get into something. We're going to go a little deeper here. So, how do you mend friendships? Those that you want to mend, what have you done? Because they can be tough.
Well,
Go ahead, Lainey.
Okay. Let me try to put this into. Okay. If you are my friend, there should never come a time where we would have to mend anything. Like,
okay.
Because when you mend something is it's broken already, right? We should have talked about what the problem was prior to getting to that point, right? So to me, there is no, when it comes to mending a relationship, you just let it go. Just let it go. I mean, that's how I feel. Maybe that's why I don't have,
yeah, y'all. Look, my sister will tell you.
No friends.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
My friend, the only friend I had outside of my sister and my husband and my children, my immediate family, passed on. She was my childhood friend. She and I had history. Reva was the only person who ever entered that space. No one else. Yeah. Many have tried, and maybe I'm difficult. Hey, I give you that. Okay. Perhaps I am, but my work family doesn't seem to think so. To them, they looked up to me. I was mama, as Crystal would say. I was Mama Elaine, even though some of them were like 2 years younger than me or, whatever.
But you know what? You're a straight no shooter, Lane, too.
Exactly. See,
my you don't like the bull crap.
I can't stand, as I said before, I can't stand a liar. And because I'm a straight shooter, and whatever you have to say to me, say it. Mm-hmm. But have your big girl or your big man panties and underwears on. Because when I come back at you, it's going to be live and direct. Mm-hmm. So I need a friend that has tough skin. Yeah. And I have not met one yet. So I just keep it moving.
Yeah, you and Reva. Reva passed away when we were young.
Reva, and outside of that, it's my husband. He knows me, and we go back and forth. And like I said, I keep it real. And there aren't that I haven't met. I love your group. I do. Yeah, I love your group. Yeah, and I don't think I would ever be a part of a group of 6. And I'm just being honest because.
She comes in my circle. I just bring her into my circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she fits in.
So
yeah. Well, thank you for keeping it real, sister.
Sure enough.
Look, who wants to follow her?
You know what? I think for me, and I'm not big on a lot of friends. I don't trust women like that. However, if you are part of my inner circle, which I like to call my front row, and if something ever went down, and if you're part of my front row, you're more than my friend, you're my sister. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love you like that. And if anything ever went down, I think I would anyway, at least take a look and see if it's possible that I played a part in this strained, how our relationship is taking a turn. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have to take some ownership, like what part may I have played in it, right? And if you are in my inner circle, if you are on my front row and I see, well, you know what, Vanessa, maybe you was being a little judgmental, or maybe, you was out of pocket somewhat. I'm woman enough to say, you know what, I thought about it, and this is the part that I played in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And ask if we could just, let's, talk about it and move past it. You know what I'm saying? However, if you're not on my front row, it's iffy whether I'm gonna try or not. Because like I said, I'm not crazy about having a lot of women in my circle. But if you're on my front row, I'm gonna do it for the sake of, you're not just my friend to me. You're my sister.
Yeah.
And sisters don't always see
no,
things the same.
And that's the thing, because I think, me and Lane know. There could be times we know when to stay away from each other. Because as sisters, as sisters, sometimes we just get on each other's nerves, and it's just like, you stay away from me and I'll stay away from you. Right. But I don't think it's gone past 2 weeks.
Right.
And we call and then we talk and then we keep it moving. Right.
Right.
But it happens. So I'm gonna be vulnerable here, because I know Mindy and I had a break in our relationship for a period of time.
Yeah, we did.
I'm gonna start to cry.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
I need my tissue. Where's my tissue? Damn it.
Here, girl.
I told y'all this is gonna be the for real. Stupid Mindy. For real. Mindy, you stupid. But when I think back at it, it was a misunderstanding, and I think once we talked about it, we've been fine. And I think, I love Mindy like a sister. I really do. And I think because of that love, we were able to come back together again. Right.
And that was my point earlier when I was saying the intimate and close friends, because I have a lot of friends, but they really are more on that intimate, close level, and people that I have either known from almost birth to someone I just met 2 years ago who I would just trust. And that's why I was saying there would be nothing short of what I said before that would just tear that apart, because things happen from misunderstandings. I know me and Angela spoke earlier. Things happen from egos, and it's from the misunderstanding. And there's it's just not worth it when you're at that level of sisterhood, being that intimate. How can you really let that go?
Crystal, sometimes you gotta watch it, B. Okay. Sometimes you got to give us a eye. If their ass start quacking like a duck and they look like a duck, okay. Sometimes you gotta be like, yeah, all right, we cool, but I got my eye on you.
Look, I got
They probably were not an intimate friend though, Vanessa.
You
weren't on that level.
Well, you got your eyes open, and there are definitely people I've had in my circle who I'm like, okay, I heard you, but my eye is open.
Yeah.
So, but Mindy, what you gonna say?
I was gonna say that I think for us, I think for my sister circle, I think we're more than friends.
Yeah, we are.
I consider you all my family.
Yeah.
Right. When me and Michelle had a riff, to me it would be the same as Michelle and Elaine.
Yeah.
And it's like, I
don't know about that no more. That's we crossing the line.
But I have a deeper love for you guys.
It's
an intimate relationship, intimate friendship.
Yeah, you're part of my family. We have gone through a lot of trauma together.
Oh my God.
Counsel one another.
Live with each other.
each other. I mean, looked after each other's children.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more
Yes.
than that. So when we
Yes, it
have
is.
when we have a rift, it's a loss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I can remember when I think Vanessa had a birthday or something, and when me and Michelle wasn't talking, and you had invited all of us
Yeah.
to the birthday party.
Yeah.
And I literally could see all of y'all being like, please y'all talk. I mean, I
Yeah.
can see it in their faces. I don't know if you
Yeah.
if you saw
Yeah.
that, Michelle.
Yeah.
I could see in their faces like, y'all, please y'all
Yeah.
talk. And I really can't even tell you what happened for us to get back together, Michelle. I mean,
we just called. I think I called you and I'm like, can we talk? Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was. We end up having a real conversation and really just talked it through and recognizing that we each saw it very differently, but respecting us. I think we respected each other enough to allow each other to have that difference of opinion.
Yeah.
And didn't allow that to keep us apart. Because you're right. I mean, there are people who I have been friends with, and like I said, things kind of dissipate, and I'm just like, oh well, let me keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I felt the relationship with Mindy, right? And I'm just like, I hate this. And I was just so glad we turned out, and we just had a woman to woman, friend to friend, sister to sister conversation.
Yeah.
And haven't looked back since and kept it moving. Right. And it's like, and I think, like a sister, right? Because I think the same thing with me and Lane. Look at Lane. Lane's like, heck no, hell no. I'm like, look, damn, I be damn. But it is. And I think that's what's so special, I think, about all of our friendships, because, we could do stuff and it could irk out each other's nerves, but we keep it moving and we keep it moving because you know the person's heart. And I think when you know the person's heart, we can do that. Right.
Yes.
Anybody else have a mending kind of thing you want to do? Michelle, you've been kind of quiet, girl. How about you?
You're muted.
You're on mute, Michelle, you're mute.
Oh, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes, when you're evaluating what you fell out about, sometimes it's not worth mending. You just have to move on. And then there's some friendships.
Look at my sister.
like seriously, I will drop you like a bad habit. Seriously. I mean, if I feel I have to, and when you say weigh it out, it's like, is it too much energy, or, was it positive intent or not? But if I have to do too much work, I'm moving on. I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna do that. And, you just have to value what's important to you. And when someone is making you jump through hoops, you can kick rocks, because I'm not picking up the phone.
Well, that's the thing.
And I'm really good about that. Like, I had one friend tell me that I was really hard, and I was like, no, I'm not. I don't think that I'm hard. It's like, if I had to put a whole lot of energy to it and we're always going back and forth, I could use that energy somewhere else, like losing some weight. I'm not trying to do all that. I mean, seriously, I'm not. I'm serious. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I interject? But what about your friends calling you out on something that could be really an issue for you, but that friend decided they would be the one who say, this bothers me, this affects me. And what is wrong with you if you're their friend, evaluating yourself, doing the inquiry, and saying maybe that is.
I think that's fine. I think as long as you're having the I think it takes a conversation, right? It takes a conversation. Here's my thing. Once I extend an olive branch and you decide you're not going to go with it, then I'm done. I'm gonna keep it moving, right? Because to me, that olive branch to me is me saying, look, let's talk. Right. I'm woman enough to have a conversation. But if you don't want to do that, I'm just like, okay, I'm done. So I'm not going to keep trying and trying and trying and trying. That's just me. I'm just not. Right. Go ahead, Vanessa.
Michelle, y'all want to hear something funny about cutting off friendships? I want to make this real quick. I had a friend, and she was like a manager at Costco. Right. And the bottom line, she was doing some manipulative stuff, and I kind of saw through the stuff. So I dropped her. Like, I was like, it's too much work. One day, Greg said to me, what happened? I'm going to call her Lisa. What happened with you and Lisa? I said, oh, we're not friends anymore. He was like, what? He was like, she was getting us the hookups at Costco. I said,
Look, that's a whole other thing in terms of men and their. That's a whole other conversation, Vanessa.
You know
men and their friendship. That's a whole other conversation.
he was like, she was giving us the hookup. I said, that's the damn Costco. She's over. She's
I know.
But you know what it is? If
ahead,
you tell
Rochelle.
someone that something bothers you and they keep doing it, I'm done. I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm a friend.
Right.
I'm a friend of 1,000 chances. I will give you. I'm not going to the extent. I'm not. I have a lot of grace. Let me put it that way.
you
I have a lot
sure
of
do.
You
grace.
sure do, Angela.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will. You can probably show me who you are 1,000 times, Vanessa, and I'll probably still would be friends with that person.
I believe it. I believe it,
And-
Taskmaster.
But I don't know if that's if that's a good quality to have, because I always give people a lot of grace.
I would
Yeah.
say that's
Yeah.
you, and we
Yeah.
gotta love you for that.
Yeah.
I don't fall in that category. I just
God
don't.
bless you, because I
Yeah.
wish
think
I had
do.
that.
You said Lane. What'd you say,
fall
Lane?
I fall into that category. Like I do give you,
I'll give you one grace. Yeah, grace.
but you have
Once.
to understand that my time is valuable. So the time that I'm spending with you is valuable. Okay. Other people are being put on hold for the time that I'm sharing with you. So you have to be truthful and honest and be a friend of value to me.
Mhm.
For me to even spend 15 minutes with you. Okay? Because let me tell you something. I got things lined up. You know, I got my mother, my husband, my son, my grandson, my daughters. I'm in need. So,
Gotcha.
you know, I don't have time.
I get it.
I don't
get
have
it.
time for the
I
shit.
get it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You done got it ain't started.
And,
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line. I ain't got
That's right.
time for it. So if you're not gonna come with it, and let's be true friends, and what, then
Mhm.
you know what?
Go ahead, sister.
Cut you off at the kneecap, like my father say. Cut what he say? Cut my knees off, or cut my legs off, and call me shorty. Cut him off at the kneecap, and I will ghost you. You will never. But before I ghost you, I will tell you. I will tell you why I'm ghosting you, and it will be painful. You know, and that's it. End of conversation. And if I pass you on the street, I'm not gonna pass you by. Hey, how you doing, baby? Good. And I'll keep on moving. Talk about you like a dog in my head. I be done called you all kind of beans or whatever.
Oh my
I be
goodness.
like, she needs some help. Look, she needs to go.
Y'all pray for my sister. That's all I have to say.
Some help. That's all I can
All right.
say.
Okay. Well, at least you waited to the end to the curse to do the curse. I'm like, she did so good. She did so good. All right.
Well,
keep it real.
look.
Keep it real.
Well.
Yep. All right. So, anyone else want to add to that? That was really the last question, y'all. For this conversation. So, what is the most memorable part of our friendship?
Oh, I'm
And it could
going
be-
first. I'm going
Oh,
first.
Lord.
I'm going first.
See, I knew I opened myself
No.
up with this. Go
No.
ahead, Michelle. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
now everyone knows, I like a good cocktail. See? So our friend and another one of our friends, who I'll call Pollyanna, take me to a restaurant, y'all, and it is dry. Not a lick of liquor. I I'm so damn
Y'all,
mad.
she embarrassed. Look, the person who you were with just came on. Hey, we won't call her out. Y'all, she almost embarrassed us in the restaurant.
Oh,
That's
no,
all
I
we
was
had to
hot.
say.
I
The
was
guy
hot as
came, is
shit,
like,
Chris.
what do y'all want to drink? And she said, nothing. You ain't got nothing here. I'm like, oh my God, what in the world?
No,
Not a liquor, she said. And I'm just like, seriously, Michelle? Like, seriously? Is that
there
what we're
wasn't
doing?
a lick of liquor in the whole. The man said,
Oh my gosh.
we don't have our license. What the hell? Why are we here?
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
y'all know, don't take me no place dry if you don't want to
No.
get embarrassed.
And I'll tell you, so Rochelle, my most memorable moments. I have two, but I'll talk about the one.
Gosh.
So that was one. That definitely was one.
Uh-uh.
And I think the other one is when me and your sister went to our first homecoming,
Ooh,
HBCU homecoming. Now we all went to we call them PWIs, right? So predominantly white institutions. And you know, homecoming, you know, you're playing the horn. So we get to this homecoming, and me and her sister were like, "Get out of candy store." But it was a lot of fun. I mean, we had our community of, particularly our community of African American sororities and fraternities, we were very close. But just to see that, it was definitely entertaining, but also just a good experience.
Michelle.
Shaw you.
Shaw you.
Don't
don't get that going. Don't get that going.
Don't do
That
that.
was my memorable experience. Yes. Okay. Who wants to go next? Go ahead.
Game night.
Oh God.
Game night at your house.
Game night at my house.
Yeah. That was the most fun.
Yeah, we always have fun. I can't wait to get that going. Yeah, we'll have more of that.
Yes.
Yeah. I like a game night. The Battle of the Sexes was
Oh yeah, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I missed that.
Yeah, that was fun.
I do too.
You know what I miss?
What you miss?
For real.
For real.
I was telling my cousins this afternoon, I miss our small group.
Oh, wow.
Because Greg and my daughter said they had never ever seen a Bible study the way we had. They had never.
It was funny. We had fun. We had a good time. We did. We got into it when Angela wasn't sleeping through it. We were good.
And what was the most fun? The most fun was the conversations after the study.
Yes. Yeah.
When we would bring out the wine and have the real conversation.
Yeah, that was part two. That was the part two conversation. Yes.
That was for this group.
Yes.
Whoever's on this call.
Yeah.
Yes.
I miss that.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Gosh. Oh my goodness.
I have a good one with Crystal. I'm gonna tell y'all.
You know, I know which one she's gonna tell. I know.
So I met Crystal when I was 17. And we were roommates together. And I think it was an award show that came on. And I always knew
Grammys.
It was the Grammys. And I knew she loved Michael Jackson and she loved Prince, right? I guess I just didn't realize how much she loved him because Michael Jackson came out and all I heard was this thump. And I'm looking like the girl passed out on the floor. Like she had
TV, Crystal. He was on TV.
I think I was hyper because y'all was dancing. I was singing.
I ended up having because you know, and I don't. Well, back then, I don't know what we were doing in the room, but I'm just saying. But all I remember doing, I was like, I had to call her boyfriend at the time. I was like, oh my God, Ruben. Oh my God, Crystal done passed out. I'm looking at myself. I was like, oh, Michael Jackson on TV. Like, really, Crystal? Like, seriously, Crystal? You passed out?
I did.
Over Michael Jackson on the TV. So that was my memorable. That was like my memorable moment. Yeah.
Okay, so can I tell mine then?
That and her OCD, y'all.
Oh, yeah, because you got me pissed with the OCD stuff.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
So, let me tell one of Michelle, my sayings. So one day I had the keys to Michelle's
Oh,
house
Lord,
when we lived
Jesus.
down south. So I don't remember why I was going in the house. She always used to complain that she was going to, she used to always threaten me, I'm taking your name off the list because you never listen. When the alarm company calls, you never pay attention. I'm taking you off the list. So anyhow, I think I was like, I think she was supposed to be away. So I was like, let me go in the house. Let me just check the house. And so I walked into the house and, it does the tick, tick. So I went to take care of the alarm. So I did not know Michelle was upstairs, but I heard a little voice go, hello? Anybody there? Hi. Hello? Is someone downstairs? And I was like, Michelle, like you invite me. This could be like a mass murder. You invite us to like tea and crumpets in the kitchen. Like, why are you telling people that you are home when I'm walking into your hi, hello, hi?
Whatever.
Fans.
But yeah, I would get the alarm companies like, nobody's answering your alarm. I'm like, Crystal, like seriously, they're calling you. There could be somebody in my house stealing my stuff and you didn't even pick up the phone.
It was
Not
me.
once.
It was me.
Whatever, Crystal. Okay. Anybody else? Oh, Lord.
Well, I have two things that I will take to the grave.
Well, you won't take to the grave now because you're telling everybody. Take it to the grave now because you're telling everybody. Jesus, Lord help me. What?
Let me see. I was either going to talk about the Miami event, or I think what's even better than that, though, is our last trip to South Carolina when we was at the Roach Motel.
Oh my gosh. Tell this storyline.
What in the world?
Oh my God. Okay. So, my sister and I, we take trips together all the time, and I always count on her to put us in, some very posh hotels. And, So I think she sort of prepped me for what was to come, but I don't even think that she knew.
Because this wasn't my timeshare. It was one of those things where they're like, you get 3 days free, and all. So we're like, yeah, let's go.
So, child,
I think I told you about this story, Crystal.
Yep.
And she was like, girl, I don't know what the accommodations are going to be, but, we're going to go and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And so in my head, I'm saying to myself, well, what to, girl, it was like something out of Freddy Krueger. I said to myself, damn, I said, it's dark and dim in here.
Y'all,
lo and behold, the roaches down the wall.
Let me tell you what happened. We decided, because I'm saying to myself, I said, okay, this is different. Like you said, my time, y'all been to my time. Some of y'all been to my timeshare. Y'all know it's nice. This one just said, so we're on the phone. I don't know who I was talking to, but we're talking.
I knew from the hotel lobby what we were in.
Lane.
And I said to myself, I'm not Laney.
I know. But let me tell you, Felicia, it wasn't a Hilton, Felicia. But let me tell y'all, it was, she was in the bed, and I remember I was doing something, and I just saw this thing crawling.
The bed, fully clothed.
Yeah, I saw the thing crawling, and I was like, "Oh, hell no,
hell no!"
And
Michelle
I remember,
I
don't play that. So I called downstairs, and they're like, because I'm like, "Can y'all move us?" And they're like, not right now. We can't move y'all. Okay. So I told my sister, I said, "Okay, we're gonna get through this. We Essie's daughters. We're gonna get through this." Because my mother always called us prissy anyway, but we're gonna get through this.
No, stay.
And I went to because let me tell you, I went to put the phone down and move the cup, and there were like 3 more. We packed up with our pajamas on and left the hotel like at 1:00 in the morning. I'm just like, I'm done.
And let me
called my hotel, and I said I called the hotel that I have a timeshare with, and I said, look, I need someplace like right now. We left the hotel in our pajamas. And all I remember saying is when we walked in, the guy kept saying, it's like, I told y'all should have stayed with me. And I'm like, it was a gift. I don't even know why it was a gift. But yeah, that was definitely a memorable moment. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then we walked in. Remember, we walked in and we were singing, well, we're moving on now.
Y'all, we laughed there. I was just like, Crystals, when we went to Charleston. We were in Charleston.
Yes.
Ooh, that was like, ooh, I won't even talk about the name of the hotel. Yeah, that was something. That was one of the down points.
Yeah.
Anybody else? And I'll talk about my memorable moments because I have memorable moments with each of y'all, but I won't say all. I think most of them I talked about. But Mindy Lou, were you gonna say something?
Our girls' trip. Remember?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, the beach trip.
We had such a good time. And when we ate breakfast and we came out and we started, and it was our last day.
Yes.
And so we got out our little selfie phones and we started singing Carol Burnett. I'm so glad we had this time. And out of nowhere, you remember the white older man just jumped in? He sang the whole song with us and stuff.
Yeah.
We had a ball on that trip. I mean,
it was good. It was good. And I'll tell you one and like I said, I kind of talked about my favorite with Mindy. One of my favorite memorable moments with Mindy was when she went with me to see meet my birthday for the first time. Because I have not met him. I didn't meet him till I was in my 40s. And I was nervous. And I remember walking in. I don't know if I was holding your hand or I don't know. Was he there first? I don't even know what it was. But like I said, so y'all know why she means so much to me. I mean, because even that was just, it was hard for me. But I remember walking in. I remember saying, Dad, I thought I looked like my mom all this time. And I looked at him and I was like, oh my God. But she was there with me. And I felt so comfortable. Because I was nervous. I never thought as a grown woman, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be good. But I was like, it tore me up. But that was one of my memorable moments was Mindy being there with me to meet him. So I love you, girl.
I love you too. One of my memorable moments too is when I called you from Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
I said, because just a little backstory. I really felt like God was telling me to come back to Raleigh at the time, but I was like, how am I going to come back to Raleigh? I don't have no job. I don't have nowhere to stay. And I called Michelle and I said, Michelle, it was very hard for me to ask. It's very hard for me to ask anybody for anything. But I said, Michelle, I asked her if I could come and stay with her, me and my son. And she was like, no problem. And we came down, we only ended up staying a couple months before I got back on my feet and everything. But I mean, when somebody does something for you, it's one thing, but when your child is with you, it brings it to a whole nother level. So I will always just love and adore you for
thank you.
Yeah.
You didn't have Animal Kingdom like Crystal did. Crystal almost killed me with the doggone cockadoo. The
alligator killer.
Cockadoo almost took me out. I had to give the cockadoo its own room.
Whatever.
With the cockadoo.
You killed
Michelle,
my alligator. That was my revenge.
I want to tell one story about you.
Ma'am. Oh God.
This is sweet. When I first joined Body of Christ, I was going through all that stuff in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I joined the church and the pastor had everybody who was new to stand in front of the church. You're the first person to come up to me and ask me to join a small group. You introduced yourself to me, you hugged me, and you asked me if I wanted to join the small group.
Oh,
yeah, I'll never forget that because I was going through some.
Yeah, you are. I mean,
I really needed that time.
We've been through divorces together.
Yeah.
Separations together.
We sure have.
Kids
Sicknesses been through my cancer.
Yeah.
My cancer. My ladies were there with me, and I remember when I was able to get home after I had my mastectomy. Remember being home, and then my ladies, somebody came like every other day with a big pot of food that would last me for a week. So I had food for me and my children for weeks
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
we
while I
sure did.
recovered.
It was good. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to when we can bust out and come together. Y'all know I'm gonna have something at my house. I don't know what's gonna be. Either that or a beach house, Mindy.
Yeah,
We
one
going.
of the
We there.
two. We doing
We one of the
something.
two.
Beach house.
Beach
We need to do
house.
the beach house. We need to do
Beach
the beach
house.
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yes.
We do something. But I
As
love
long as you got
y'all.
liquor.
Oh Lord. Michelle, it won't be dry. It won't be dry. But
Just saying.
but I get to see my sister in 2 weeks, y'all.
Hey.
I get to hug her neck. But I appreciate you
can't
guys.
wait.
I know. And my brother-in-law, girl, my brother-in-law don't go nowhere. He gets one trip with us. So this is a trip.
Good.
He
You
gets
leave
The
one
our
other
trip
half
with
of
us.
alone.
the comedy routine.
Yes.
God
Right,
The other half of the
exactly.
comedy routine.
It's one
Yep.
trip with us. But again, I could not think of doing this topic and not having you guys on because you mean the world to me. You have been very supportive of me through my craziness and through my my ups and my downs and my celebrations. You all have been there for me. So I love you guys. Love you all.
Love
And I
you.
Love you
I
too.
can't wait. Can't wait for us to get together. I'm gonna
Yes.
post a song because I told them I have a song. I didn't want to play it because I was afraid I was gonna mess up some stuff and cut my own self off. But I'm gonna put it later. But I love you guys. I'm gonna put you guys in the green room so I can sign off. So give me a minute.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Don't y'all
Mark.
go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. So you guys, this is you see the power of friendships. I mean, we are as real as it can be, just very supportive. If you are, in a relationship and it's not supportive, you need to reevaluate that. And sometimes it's very hard to do that. When it is someone who you feel is truly a friend, but you need to do that for your own sanity. So I hope there's something you got out of this conversation in terms of just reevaluating how you are as a friend as well, because it's not just about the other person, it's about you as well. So thank you for joining. For those of you who are listening to my platform for the first time, I am a career and life coach. And I do have some slots available for someone who is in need of just talking through some career changes that you're going through. If you need time prioritizing, or just putting together a plan for yourself so that you can move forward. If you're stuck, just contact me, mbiggs.mybest@gmail.com. I do offer a 30-minute complimentary consultation, and we'll see if the chemistry is right between us. Up next for Real Conversations is divorce care. So that's up next. Another, very stressful time it could be for a lot of people. And I know the support I had has been wonderful. My best every day is about um, dealing with topics. When I think about just the coaching side, of course, it's helping people manage through so that they can be their best selves both in and outside the workplace. That's really the fundamental piece of my company. But Real Conversations, it is about talking about those tough topics that all of us may have to deal with the goal that you can come out on the other side with some ideas about how you manage positively for yourself, right? So thank you for joining me. I know this was long. I knew it was going to be a little long. Hopefully you'll watch the replay or get people to watch the replay. And I will see you the next time. Thank you and have a great, 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 great evening.